Hello, 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 ladies. It has been raining off and on for like 3.5 days now. It is Saturday, I believe June 12th. Don't quote me. Might be the 13th. I'm horrible with days. I just know days of the week. I want to do a walk around and show you guys some of the things that have changed, some of the updates, some of the differences in the yard, but I've decided to do it front to back. And we're going to do just a little bit video in the front, and then I'm going to do a video on the side, and then I'm going to do a video on the back, so it's going to end up being 3 videos. Alright, let's start. My chives, starting to get flowers. The bushes, the bunches aren't seeming to grow bigger. I think it might be the compacted ground. It might be tight. I'm thinking of coming out here with one of those little itty bitty. I got a tiny little, like, 1/2-inch hand shovel for garden beds. I'm gonna come out here and turn it all over and loosen up the soil and then bring out and get more chives. These are those flowers of my sons, and as you can see, I have flower buds, so these will be opening in the next couple of days. I can't wait for you to see these. These are some of my favorite flowers, and it was a surprise for me when they came back. A 3rd year in a row, and might be 4th year. I'm horrible with that. But, you know what? It is 4th year, because he did these in 3rd grade. Alright, anyways. Yay. Okay, so the flowers will be opening up in a couple of days, and I'll show you those. This is that pot of basil. It had a whole bunch of sweet basil in here with it. These are just my husband's holy basils. So we separated them to give them a little bit more room to breathe. And then we've let them grow bigger. Oops, let's get this. There's a sweet basil down here. We want to pull it. It was just a tiny baby one. So then what we're going to do is we're going to give these a few more days to get bigger. And then we're going to transplant some of the little ones. Over here, this just won't do anything other than I have one weird holy basil growing up out of the side here. See? Boom. I'm not going to complain. I'm going to let it grow. I'm going to see what happens. Plus, I also put a pumpkin seed in there. So we'll see what happens. Next, my tiger lilies that I had planted that I had gotten during cleanup week. And I had planted in a pot because the person had just pulled a bunch of their tiger lilies and their daylilies, stuck them on the side of the yard or on the side of the sidewalk, and was going to just let them be cleaned up. And I had gotten there just in time, and we planted them, and they're happy and excited, and I'm going to have probably, from the looks of it, all of these different, I've got like 8, 3 more, got like 11 flower stems, plus each flower stem has 6 or 7 flower heads. So I'm going to have about 2 dozen tiger lilies. I can't wait. Makes me excited. Alright, flowers. Down here. These are all those sweet basils we pulled out of that pot, and we put them down here into this front circle since it refuses to grow anything from seed for us this year. I think it's because this is the 5th summer in a row, and it just can't handle anything more. Starting anything more, but I can put stuff in here and then it grows happy. Look at this. One of my favorite flowers. And we got more of these trumpet flowers. This one is a trumpet flower that was open yesterday, and now it's dead. Here's a new one that's going to open. Let's get rid of this basil leaf. I got one holy basil crossbreed. It looks like a holy basil, but it kind of grows like a sweet basil. So we pulled it out of the holy basils up there because we didn't want to allow more crossbreeding. And I've got like 8 or 10 sweet basils all around the front that we had pulled out of the pots that were hanging up here. And then the pot that was here, I moved to over there. And then this one has a couple of those trumpet flowers in it. This is a bunch of sweet basil and holy basil crossbreeds, so we decided not to pull anything out of here, not to... We'll collect seeds and we'll label them crossbreeds. Alright, up here, I moved the peas. We're sitting up there underneath of the bush. I've moved them to up front, and since we want a lot of beans, I poked some beans in here the day before yesterday, so within the next week I should have beans popping up. Those are those beans I planted in a pot. They're popping up. They'll be getting ready to do flowers. More beans popping up in a pot because we want lots of beans. That's part of the beans are part of my 100-day challenge. Some trumpet flowers. We decided we're not going to really try to do anything with this patch. I'm just giving up on it and letting nature have fun with it. These are those flowers from my son. More pods, flower seed pods on them. They're getting ready to open up. I'm happy. Over here, a bunch of the peas have gotten really big and are loving it, and I've got a flower. And then over here is a bunch more of the holy basil. We're letting it get a little bit bigger, and then we'll split these down more so that we start giving more and more room, because I want to have a lot of basil everywhere. Ooh, looky there, I got a second flower on my peas. Yay! I got a couple of beans popping up, more peas. More peas. Ooh, look at that, more flowers. Looky, guys. Looky, do you see that? Yay! I've got a pea pod. What a way to end. Oh no, we've still got another side of my yard to go look at. What a way to end this side, though. I got a pea pod. I am so happy. Alright, let's keep going, guys. Let's go over to the other side of the yard and see what's going on over there. Not much has changed over there too much, but I got some changes. Alright, I put a trumpet flower up here. There was that cabbage that was over here. It was so puny and weak and not wanting to do anything that I pulled it. And then over here there was a second cabbage that wasn't doing so good. And since I pulled that second cabbage, this first cabbage here has started to get better. I wanted to pull this one, but it's too rooted in and tangled in with this one. So I'm letting this one go just a little bit longer before I actually snip this one. And then this lettuce is not wanting to get any bigger than this, so I'm just going to let it be and see what happens. And then since I pulled a few cabbages, I took and poked beans in here because we want lots of beans. Alright, up here I planted... trumpet flower fell off because it was used up. It was alive for like 3 days. I've got more flower heads getting ready to come out right here. This will have a bunch of flower heads on it in a couple days. My sweet basil that you saw me chop, cut a bunch of them off. They have the little arms that were on the sides next to the cut have gotten much bigger and have filled up and are being happy. And this one took its second clipping just fine. See that in there? You can see the original first clipping, this brown. And then there's the clipping I did the other day. And these have gotten bigger and created their split heads. Same with the back one there. So these are happily settling in, and I'll be able to keep doing that all summer long and dry myself a bunch. All the carrots are doing wonderful. I've moved all the carrots from over on the one side where they weren't getting much sun and over to here. So all my carrots are around here. They're not going to get huge, and I'm not going to have big carrots, no. But They'll be nice little ones, and I'll get a few cans of my maple glazed carrots so I can make my twisted carrot cake jam this winter. My potatoes are loving it in here. I got a random one coming up there, so I'm happy. This is parsnips. Nothing came up out of that parsnip I planted, so I'm going to plant something more in it here in a couple of days. I'm going to plant a couple of bean plants, I believe. More carrots coming up, great. These were the marigold ones over on the side. They had nothing pop up, so I put beans in here and planted beans 2 days ago, so I should be getting plants popping up here in a couple of days. My bachelor buttons here are doing wonderful. Here's that random squash, and it's got flowers on it, and it's going to pop up. Alright, these are those daylilies I planted in that wooden bench, and I had a bunch of radishes around here that were getting chewed up, and me and my husband decided that since they were just experimental radishes for my 100-day challenge, we discovered what we wanted, which was we got to be more careful with where we plant our radishes, and I need to do companion planting, and I need to find a different system to plant my radishes in. So for us, 100-day challenge thing is done because the radishes, we learned some of the things that we wanted to know. We haven't learned which ones we want yet, but that will do by going over to the farmer's market and getting a few different types of radishes to try. We're not considering the radishes a fail because all we were doing to begin with the radishes was experimenting, and we learned some of the stuff we wanted to know. But I pulled all the radish, left the squash. I want to see what this does, and then the daylilies are getting their flowers. And then more carrots doing good. Those lettuce are just loving this. This lettuce and this lettuce are just starting to finally get nice and full. The bachelor buttons are doing beautifully. And then this is my tower. I only have one of it planted right now, and it's the second one here, and it's going to be beans. I've decided what each and every single tower is going to be. We are going to be going and getting some from a couple of things from the nursery tomorrow, but one of the things I planted was beans on this second one here. So there's 2 beans on all 4 of the things that are popped out, and the beans will come up and drape out, and they won't get in the way. They'll add the right kind of shade for the plants down here. Directly below them, they'll add a little bit of shade for what I want to put there. And I'm going to have flowers, herbs, and herbs. Alright, that's the front. Thanks for coming along. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave me a thumbs up if you did. Comment down below if you have any questions or you want to try to see me grow any number of things, because I still got spots to grow things. We've decided that if something doesn't grow, we're going to put a seed in it. Even if it's September and all we're going to get is a tiny, tiny plant that pops out and it's just, a seedling. We don't want an empty spot anywhere in our yard this year. We want to learn everything we can. We want to grow as much as absolutely possible and not give up. So if you have an idea of something you'd like to see me grow, let me know down below, and I will see what I can do. Alright, we'll see you guys in the next one. And remember, stay positive. Bye!